My name is Samantha Harris, and I'm in the Fundamentals of Speech class on Mondays, and this is my informative speech on sleeping. While many of our parents tend to talk to us and tell us you need a good night's rest, you need to get some sleep at night, yes, we all hate to admit it, but they're right. Many people underestimate the very importance of getting a good night's rest at night. I've gone through many health sites and health studies to determine all of the information I need to convey this to you. The body needs sleep to remain healthy. By not sleeping the proper 8 hours at night, you're putting your body at risk of weight gain, depression, or slowed concentration and brain activity. A leading cause of weight gain is lack of sleep. It's been proven by many U.S. studies that this is in fact true. In one extensive review, the study from the U.S. National Library of Medicine, 89% of children and 55% of adults with shorter sleep duration were more likely to develop obesity. When someone is awake for longer, they have a higher calorie intake. That just makes sense, but that's not only true. The proper hormones are also not released, and the motivation to exercise is decreased. It has been reported by the so-called sleep doctor, aka Michael J. Burris, that the hormone leptin suppresses appetite and encourages the body to expend energy. During sleep deprivation, this reduces leptin. The hormone ghrelin, on the other hand, triggers the feeling of hunger, and ghrelin goes up when you're short on sleep. When someone doesn't sleep as much, they have a change in appetite, and not only can this lead to the change of appearance, but it can also lead to a dramatic weight gain. The changes in hormones and calorie intake is not healthy for someone who's trying to remain a certain weight. Many who lack sleep have claimed to feel an increased amount of depression as well. It's been reported that Healthline that is estimated that 90% of people with depression complain about sleep quality. This has also been proven that there's also an increase of risk of death by suicide. Those with sleeping disorders like insomnia or obstructive sleep apnea also report significantly higher rates of depression than those without. When someone gets a good night's rest at night, they fall into the REM cycle. REM is what processes your emotional information from throughout the day. If this is interrupted or not even reached, it could cause issues with your mental or emotional state. When people with depression tend to sleep less, yes, but not only that, it's a cycle because when people sleep less, they can also get depression. So it is very important to make sure that your sleep is on track. Many fall into this cycle, and by not having time to sleep or by just not sleeping, it can be a cause of mental illness. There are also many side effects to the brain when there is a lack of sleep. Not only do you feel sluggish, but so do the cells in your brain. When you don't get a good night's rest, the amount of time to perform the task, there's not enough time for the brain to perform its task that it needs to in a full night's rest. The brain goes through what's called SWS, and this involves the ventrolateral preoptic nucleus in the hypothalamus and the parafacial zone of the brainstem. All of this prompts going through SWS. When this is prompted, the cells switch on and it triggers a loss of consciousness. After SWS, the REM cycle begins. The brain goes through waste disposal after it's in the REM cycle. The waste products are cleared, and what these waste products are clumps of misfolded proteins that are deposited into the brain throughout the day. If these aren't cleared, this can lead to many health diseases later in life, the most common one being Alzheimer's. A group of small cells in the brain stem called subchlorosis nucleus controls REM sleep. When these cells become injured or diseased, people do not experience a good night's rest as they should. This leads to muscle paralysis associated with REM sleep, which can also lead to REM sleep behavior disorder, a serious condition in which it is afflicted with people violently acting out their dreams. Many students don't sleep as much as they should. I can say that as an honest fact. Most people don't recognize the amount of sleep that they should be getting at night. When someone's trying to remain healthy, many people don't think of sleep as an important factor, but in fact, it's one of the most important. Most people think, oh, it's determined by someone's eating appetite or how much they work out or how much water they drink, but that's not the truth. That's not the whole truth. You're not taking care of your brain when you don't sleep. Your mental health can tank, and not only that, Your weight can also increase with the amount of sleep that you don't get at night. Most students brush off this sleep as, oh, I don't need it. Oh, this is more important, but that's not the truth at all. Most people need sleep, and that's what people fail to realize.